Hey guys, this is Alrighty then. Welcome to the channel. I got this really cool Aluratech microphone right here. It's the Aluratech USB Rocket microphone. Aluratech USB Rocket microphone. So I'm not really doing a review on the actual microphone itself. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to show you how to make one of these. So I've got this really nice fancy pop diffuser. So when you're talking into the mic and it's going p, p, and every time you talk you hear the p, p sound and it's really annoying. This, when you put it in front of the mic, it traps the air. So it doesn't let. So if I blow on this, when I'm speaking, you see every time I say a P, it kind of pops like this, and that's what happens to the mic. So as you're talking, you go, hey, Pan, you got any plans for the weekend in the Super Bowl? Here, look at it, doesn't move. I can blow on it really hard, and it will not move, okay? Look at the difference. So that little shield, which looks like just a stocking, just a nylon stocking that they put inside this frame, it came with this arm and everything. But the Aluratech, I'm going to put this away now. Bye-bye. Okay. So the Aluratech mic came with this little stand. It's pretty cool, right? You just pop these little things out like this. Pop these legs out. It's a stand. You screw this in here. The mic goes right on top of there, and you have a nice little setup so you can talk into while you're doing your videos. So we're gonna make a pop filter. I kind of started making one, which looks like this. Okay. So this would just squeeze in here. Just screw it back in. And it's circle. It's I just kind of wound it around the stem, and here's my circle, okay? And it is adjustable, so I can bend it. It's made out of copper wire and position it anywhere I want. Now on top of this, I'm going to put this stocking, so it doesn't have to be the sheer energy legs. Any stocking will do, any color will do, but if you want to keep it in, you know, your studio looking cool or whatever, I recommend a nice black pair. This one's got the control top, which it does, we don't need that, but with this one we can make a couple of them. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like, so you can barely see my hand underneath this one, and it has two. It's got one part here and one part over there. So on this one, I'm just going to take the stocking and stretch it over this ring, and it's going to act the same. It's going to have the same properties as blocking the wind, and it's going to be nice and black. So I was walking the dogs the other day, and no bull, I found this spool of copperhead steel wire. It's solid tracer wire. You can get this in any color. You know, you get it in whatever color you want. It doesn't matter. You're going to cover it up anyway. But let me just show you what I did. So I'm going to put this aside and we'll make another one. Now, on this particular one, notice how I wrapped the wire around itself here. But if you have electric tape, you could just put the wires next to each other and just tape it and you're okay. This is just a little bit sturdier. And I can tuck this in just a little bit, so it doesn't snag my nylons. There you go, just put it on the inside, okay? And there you have it. So this is roughly about 6 inches in diameter, just enough to cover the face of the microphone. So just so you have an idea, that's about 6 inches, okay? Alrighty, so first things first, we're gonna take a piece of our copper wire. Let me just find the end. Here it is. Okay. And it's kind of spooled around a 6-inch base anyway. Maybe not so much, a little bit. So we can just leave it just like this. It's already a nice circle. Okay. And like I said, you can just put tape on it and call it a day. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double it or triple it a little bit so that this acts as a separator between the membranes, between one side of the pop filter and the other. So the distance between these two, there's about a centimeter of space in between this side and this side. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and create that space by doubling up on the copper wire. Okay? So since it's all the same length, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it in triplicate right here and make sure that it all lines up. Okay? Actually, I'm just gonna double it. So here we go. So here I have it doubled, everything is lined up, and I'm gonna take my electric tape. And you don't need fancy tools for this. Just, you know, these little cutters will do, or these little strippers will do, no problem. All right, so I'm just gonna tape this right around here. Okay. I'm gonna keep them aligned so that they don't go bad on me. And this one, I'm just gonna bend it out. Okay, just like that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put the tape around it. And try to keep the wires side by side with each other. I'm not gonna go around the whole thing. I don't need to. I'm just gonna do some spots. So here I'm gonna do here. Like on every corner, I'm gonna put some. Keep it in mind to keep it straight. So we have that centimeter of space in between each side from one member to the other. Again, I'm not going to do the whole thing, just the four corners. Okay, it's coming along nice. See that? And actually, I'm just going to, yeah, just do right here and finish it to there so it holds real tight. Didn't have to put too much tape, but you know, it's just electrical tape. It's cheap. You don't got to be cheap about it either. And if you don't want the yellow to show through your mic, then you might want to cover the whole thing just for aesthetic purposes. Okay? And if you don't have really strong hands and you can't wind this up on itself and get it to be really tight, then the tape is a good force multiplier that kind of helps you from, you know, twisting it. Because this, you know, depending on the gauge wire, you don't want to get something too thin that'll just kind of bend and flop. You want to get something that will bend, but it'll kind of stay, you know, in its position. All right, so there we go. So now we have our ring. Check that out. A nice ring. And now we have the base. So now we need to decide how far away to put it from the microphone. So I'm going to give myself a loop about this much, where from here I can bend it in, bend it out, it doesn't matter, and it will hold it, it'll stay, not a problem, okay? So from here I'm gonna start my bend. So I think now I'm gonna give myself another 6 inches or so and just kind of cut it right there. There you go, now we can put this away. No more cup of water. Alrighty, so where's the base? Here's the base. I'm gonna screw this in here just so it has something to grab onto. It'll make it easier. Listen to me now and believe me later, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna take my base and I'm gonna put it around it. And it really doesn't matter if it flops because you can always fix it later. So from here, I'm just gonna start wrapping it around. Okay, try to get it as tight as you can, okay? And then once you start, we're just wrapping it around. Now, I could have doubled this as well. I could have doubled this part, and that would have kept it from being so floppy. But nevertheless, that's okay. And it doesn't need to be super secure on the base here, because you know, you can take it in, take it out, and it'll pretty much stay right where you leave it. So now comes the important part, to put the stocking on it. So we're just gonna go on a leg and just put it over it. Okay? But I want to bring it all the way down, so I'm just gonna work my way into it, just little by little. Don't break it. You don't want to snag the stocking. That's why we use the tape. And then make the seam go right across the top. That way it doesn't look ugly and in your way. So now take a look. You see? We now have a pop filter. It's just like the other one. See? Same. Now let's see if it works. Again, we're gonna do our little test. This is without it. Hello, pop, please. Peter Piper picked a pickle. Peter Piper picked a hey. See that? Now if I put the filter in front of my mouth, it works. Hey man. See? Now, this does jiggle a little bit every time I talk into it. So it might be, you might want to double the legs. It's not too late to do it now. We can always just add another piece of wire to it and we're good to go. So I can take it off, put another piece of wire to it, double it, and I'm good to go. And now for this, I'm just gonna take a little tie, a little Ziploc tie it off right here, cut it, and we're done. Not much more to do. And the rest of this, we can use it for another one, so that when this one goes bad or dirty or whatever, if you're a spit talker, you know, you don't want to get all in there. It'll keep your mic from getting all nasty. You know, you can use it for any microphone that didn't come with it. But this is an easy solution, and everybody can use it. All right, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button so you can get notifications. Make any comments you want below. And we'll see you on the next video. See ya.